Alright guys, we're going to play Jump Space, a game which is made by Keepsake Games, I think it is. We're going to play the early access version. I think this game came out about 3 months ago. Let's continue. We're going to play the prologue of this game.
It started in the Galactic Center. From there, the corruption virus rapidly swept across the galaxy, turning our own machines against us. Countless lives have been lost. Now, we are all hiding out here in the darkness. But some of us have decided that we will not go quietly into the night. We are gathering up crews of survivors willing to fight, and we are going to push back. Even if it takes us to the machine-infested center of the galaxy, our mission is clear. We will stop the corruption virus and put an end to the Legion of Steel. What we need are jump-capable ships, crewed by those brave enough to fight. Will you join us?
Of course we will join you. Alright, do you recommend you to play the prologue first before you enter a hangar, or go into a server browser? No, you can play this game with up to 3 people. 4 people or 4 friends can play this game. So if you're playing, you just need 3 more friends to play with you. You can also play with 2 friends, so then it's going to be only 3 people, but if you have a 4th person, the merrier the better, as they say. Alright, you can submit feedback on this site here. Jump Space survey. How long you have played Jump Space at the time of filling out this survey. Would you recommend this game? How would you rate your overall experience? I'm not gonna do that at the current moment. What else do we have down here? Do you have any comments about your overall experience with Jump Space? Yeah. How would you rate the overall difficulty of this game? Then you can click on either one here. How often did you experience game-breaking bugs? Okay, what else do we have here? What type of game-breaking bugs have you experienced? Are there any other game-breaking bugs you've experienced? Mention it to them, and they will look into it. How would you rate this overall frame rate performance on Jump Space? Yes. And then when you have filled out this here survey, then you can press send, and then they will look at your survey here. So let's get back into the game. Okay, they have a Discord community. So if you press here join Discord, then you can join their Discord. I'm not going to do that because I think my record tab up there will disappear if I press join Discord community. So let's go here to options. We got some options here, general options. You set the game language to English. You got some controls here. We're on keyboard and mouse, so we're going to bump this up to 20. I'm not going to revert anything. Display hints is on. Camera intensity is 100. You got on foot here inverted. No, we're not. Head bobbing, yes. What else do we have here? That's it. Let's go straight into audio. I want to bump down the master volume a little bit, so you guys can hear me talking. But therefore we're gonna bump up the speech volume a little bit more as well. Then we have the graphics settings. I already did all this, but I'm just gonna show you guys what is Here in the options settings, you can do the load bias if you want. The LOD, that is how far or close you want the picture you want to be. Enable sync, limit frame rate. If you click on that, you can set your DLSS. You can turn on dynamic resolutions. Yes, in DLSS. I don't probably need dynamic resolution. I have a good monitor, so I don't need it. That's probably only for people that don't have a very good monitor. Alright. You can play with keyboard, you can play with controller. I play with keyboard and mouse, so it doesn't matter to me. Here are all the keyboard controls, interaction. So this is going to be part 1, by the way. I don't know how long the videos are going to be. Maybe 20 to 25 minute video. Got your keybinds here for your keyboard, and then you have your control inputs here. I don't have a controller, so I play with mouse and keyboard. So then you have here your privacy, your general. Already looked at that. Let's go through the prologue. So
it was 1 year after the machine incursion. Our small group of survivors were settled in a frozen wasteland, just beyond the reach of Legion scouts. We received a message from a resistance fleet.
Pilots, soldiers, engineers, anyone willing to stand and take the fight to the machine.
It was a long shot, but we decided our best chance of survival was to join them. You volunteered for the mission to make contact. But on the way, there was an ambush. You fought like a true Atiran, but the machines were too strong. Your ship caught fire and fell from the sky. We thought you were dead, crashing down on that asteroid. But not only did you survive, you brought something back. Something that was about to change everything.
now we landed here on this planet, I guess. The graphics are pretty insane in this game. Look at that. How insane are the graphics looking in this game? It's pretty sick, right? Look at that. Holy mackerel. Nice and crisp. Look how crisp everything is looking here. You know, you can run here by pressing the I don't know what that key is called. The spacebar is jump. You can jump 2 times. Jump and jump again. You can run and jump 2 times. If you want to cross a bigger.
Of the NSS Valkyrie. The crew has perished. Core extraction is imperative. Repeat. Crew has perished. Extraction is imperative.
Alright, investigate the source of the distress signal. I want to finish this prologue up so we can start playing with friends. Let's go into options about the volume. Oh, not with the audio. I want to bump up the master volume some more, so we can hear. Let's do that. Alright. For example, over there, we can press run, and that's what I'm talking about. We don't get any fall damage from this. See? Hold that sprint button and double jump.
Entity outside of the ship. If you are sentient, approach and present yourself for scanning.
Okay, let's do this.
Interesting. You're an Atiran. Undoubtedly a survivor from the nearby crash. You have found yourself in quite a predicament, stranded here on this forsaken rock. I am in a similar situation. However, if we work together, maybe there is a way for us to escape. I have a proposition for you, Atiran. Meet me in the core room at your earliest convenience.
Alright. So we are an Atiran on this here, I would like to call it a forsaken planet. we can either go this way or we can press the grappling hook like that. We have that option as well. We could have also jumped right across there. Let's check it. Yep, that's what we can do by pressing the double jump. We can also use the grappling hook as well. But we also need to pick up some materia as well, so let's see if we can find some materia. Because we need materia to craft weapons and what have you. Okay, crouch. We have to hold it, okay. Then we need to go in there, because there's nothing back there.
Very
Press F.
perceptive. There should be a path to the core room through that vent.
F is the interaction button. Usually E is the interaction button, but they put it as the F button for interaction. C is the flashlight. Yeah, F is for activate even the interaction button, alright. Alright, I think we have to jump down here. Right.
Welcome to my chambers, Atira. Please, step forward so we may talk. Considering most machines seem to have succumbed to a virus, I understand your hesitation in trusting my kind. But believe me when I say, I am not like most machines. You and I are in a position to help each other, Atiran. I need you to bring me to a more space-worthy vessel. And you need me to calculate the coordinates of a safe jump out of here. Only together can we leave this place. Can we work together, Atiran? Unsocket me if you accept.
Yes, we can. Okay, let's grab some materia from these guys. Says here, added 1 materia to ship. These are not survivors by the looks of things. Let's grab some materia over here. I don't know what they died from, so let's do it.
Wise choice. Over the countless cycles of my exile here, I've registered multiple ship-to-ground impacts in the vicinity. If fortune is with us, one of those vessels may have a jump drive in operational condition. Bring me close to those crash sites, Atiran, so I can assess the damage.
Okay, install Helmsman. Okay, let's do it. We need to go this way. We can do that. Not sure what that does though. Helmsman core. So we
My
need
name is
to.
Iris, by the way.
Okay, her name is Iris, and we are an Atarian. So we need to install this Helmsman core. We can run.
Scanning. This vessel is unfortunately beyond our ability to repair. We must continue our search.
Okay. Look at these graphics, they're nice and crisp and everything is nice and smooth here in this game. Pretty cool, so let's continue.
Detecting hostile jump signatures. You should keep a low profile.
I wonder if that's gonna be our ship that we have to fix. I'm not sure. I don't know who that was.
This machine virus? I haven't seen anything like it for a very long time. I assume the humans of this age were ill-equipped to deal with something so advanced. My condolences for the countless losses you must have endured.
Okay. Through here.
Scanning. Good news. This ship seems to have managed a somewhat controlled landing. I detect the signature of a functioning jump drive. Approach with caution.
Alright, so this ship has a jump drive, which we can use. But we need to install this helmsman core
I don't
first.
sense any life forms on board. We have the ship to ourselves. Bring me to the core room so I can run diagnostics.
Alright, let's do it. We're gonna walk around in this here ship. We're gonna have a look at a couple of things that are very interesting. Let's install this item here
This
first.
is the place.
Here it
Please
is.
install me into the core interface.
So it says there, install the helmets core. Socket for ship's helmets core interact. Let's
I
do
am
it.
damaged and in need of repair. Please, there's a repair kit nearby. Pick it up and insert into the console.
Alright, nice. That's where we need to go. We don't have any kind of mini-map as of yet. Let's have a look at the ship first, if we can. Here we have the crew quarters down there. So we need to grab this item here. Before we do that, let's have a look at the ship first. The airlock. You can open and close airlocks in this game. I think that's where we came from. So let's go back. Can we get in there maybe? Somehow? Not yet. So let's grab it. It says here, large ship repair kit. Utility item. Remaining uses 1. So in 1 use, core health restored to 3000 and the material value, how much is it? 10. So let's pick it up. Let's install it. Repair ship core.
Core system stable. Life support system engaged. Jump drive operational. Sensors active. Engine failure detected. It seems the sublight engines need replacing. You can construct a replacement, but you need materia. Given the scattered debris, you should be able to find materia nearby. The ship's sensors are active. Use the sensor terminal to scan for the materia we need.
Alright, so there should be materia nearby that we can use to restore the ship. It always tells you top right what to do. So let's head on back there. This is even the bigger part of the ship, but before we do that, we're gonna head up here and have a look at the bridge and the cockpit, of course. So here we have a teleporter type of thing, which will let you teleport outside of your ship if we need to. And then we have here the sensor display, the sensor view. We're going to take a look at that down there. We have a couple of them on board, or vessel, I should say. And then we have here the jump seat. We can interact with it like that. Look at that, how cool is that? We can press the F button again to jump out of it. And now jump seats are there for should your ship have a problem. You can jump out into the open space with this jump seat. I believe that is what they are for. You can interact with those two jump seats. Here we have another sensor display. There are plenty of them around inside the ship. Here is another teleporter. They don't work at the current moment. This is our heading, like a map that will tell us that we can this will work later. We can set navigational objectives where we need to go. We can also jump into our pilot seat a little bit later on. Probably also go through this here door. Alright, what else do we have on this ship? core. Alright, what do we have down here? Okay, more materia. That is what we need. 6 materia, 2 materia. We got some good materia here. Nice. They don't work as of yet. Not either. Those airlocks here will work later on. Okay. Here we have a crafting area where we can craft tools and an engine. We can craft that later on. Here you see the crew quarters. Here we have an ammo loader for the ship. The ship has it's loaded with ammo, so the ship has turrets and guns that we can shoot with. Should we need it? Not sure what this area is as of yet. I don't know if we can even get through there. Probably not. Alright. Let's do this. Let's hit the sensor display. So we have to click on here and hold.
There is a large materia cache here. However, I'm detecting active defense systems in the area.
Alright, nice. We can scroll in and out with the mouse here to take a closer look at things. We can go up and down with the WASD keys on your keyboard, because we're playing with mouse and keyboard, of course. We can't rotate the map from left to right. We can't do that. But we can go up and down. I think that is where we need to go next, is to this area right here. So this is something like a mini map, I think it is. So something like a mini map. That is our ship. You can see player ship here. And what do we have? What's that again? Can we focus in on that? No, that's not telling us. Okay, let's leave.
You need to arm yourself in order to perform safe retrieval. There is an assembler in the cargo bay. Please use it to construct a multi-tool.
Alright, the assembler it's called. It's a craft multi-tool with the assembler. It's down there where we were a couple of seconds ago. This area down here. That is the assembler. Now you can assemble an engine and you can assemble a multi-tool. So first of all we need to assemble a multi-tool. So for that we need to press interact. And then we have a multi-tool here. The utility is a multi-tool. So we need to craft that one. We're going to craft that later. First of all we need to craft a multi-tool. So, and it takes 15 materia. I think that is materia. Let's craft it. Okay, press F to leave. We go up here to the assembler. We can pick it up by pressing the
Skillfully done. That tool will be your safeguard. Now focus on retrieving the materia.
Alright, infinite ammo by the looks of it with this gun. So we need to retrieve the materia so we can start assembling the engine. The materia is back there now. I think we can use the airlock. Then we can't. Can we use them at all? Probably not right now. Let's use the airlock, which will open this here door. Alright. Let's blast these gates. Nice. So we're gonna leave our ship for the time being and we're gonna...
Don't worry about stepping over the edge into zero gravity. Your suit is equipped with thrusters.
Alright, we need to head over to that area. Let's do
Having
it.
been bound to this rock for so long, I do find your mobility enviable. Trust me on this. You should never take such gifts for granted.
Wow, look at that. This is a third person view. Look at that. How cool is that? Alright, that's where we need to go.
Tread carefully. Active defense systems register on my scans.
So we could be walking into our first enemies here pretty soon. Yeah, they're over there. Nice. That is the material container. Let's pick it
This
up.
should contain enough material to build an engine. Now return it to the ship so we can begin the engine's construction. I have activated the teleportation system. Recall yourself to the ship when ready.
Alright, here's the teleportation system, which means you can teleport from here over to your ship. You don't need to fly back to your ship with your suit. You can just teleport. But anyway, we're gonna leave it here at this. We're gonna continue this in part 2, so I'm gonna say here, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, watch the videos, like the videos, comment, do all that good stuff, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Jump Space, the game Jump Space. I think it came out about 3 months ago. And let me know in the comments, so we will see you guys back here in part 2. Bye bye.